And welcome back to the channel. In this video we'll be taking a look at what I hope would be in the next mobile game, whether it be FS26, 27, whatever it may be, but we'll just say FS26 for now. This is just what I hope is in the game, what I would like to have in the game. So let's get into it. Okay, as in speaking with productions, I forgot what the previous mobile games had, but if I remember correctly, neither of them had the Serial Factory. And from 20 on back in the mobile games, you couldn't buy the productions. In 23 here you could. But also in that same sentence, if you wanted to, this is one thing I wish for the next mobile game. If you buy a production, have the option to sell it if you no longer need it or you feel you don't want it anymore, And as far as adding a production, I can't rightly think of anything. Maybe a coffee factory, bring a new plant, which would also bring new equipment into the game, for coffee beans, for things like that. But and if you have to bring in a new production, then you have to delete one, to give or take. But as far as a production line, I don't know if it was 22. Was it 22? That we had a soy milk production for the production of soybeans to be turned into milk, different flavors of milk. Even if this next mobile game had a production line for soybeans to even be like just standard milk, just standard white soy milk. And if they didn't want to set up a separate building for that, they could at least add that line to the existing dairy, which would make things a lot easier. And now we're going to talk about fields. Yay, everyone knows you can work your own field, okay? But what about field missions? In a couple of entities, for lack of a better word, of the game, 14, 16, I don't know about 14 though, I'll retract that, but shoot, I don't even know if 20 had it at all, but I know in 18 and 16 you had side missions where you got this old guy come up and say, hey, I got a trailer of oats that needs to go over to the mill, or I got a trailer of corn that needs to go over to the local train station or whatever. And it was a set amount, either $20,000 or $25,000, or whatever currency the game happened to be set in. And you would either accept or decline the mission. So I think on console and PC, I forget which farming simulator it was, but they had field missions. You walk up to the question mark next to the field, said, okay, I need this field. It says that I need this field cultivated or fertilized or whatever. You clicked it, okay, yeah, accept or decline that way. In the next Farming Simulator Mobile, and I do apologize if my voice echoes because I'm in my truck right now. In the next mobile, I would hope to have field missions. Or, I don't know about any FS players out there that would be satisfied or satisfactory with the missions that you can set, to come up every 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or whatever, to take a load of corn over to the train station, or a load of oats to the grain mill, or like wheat to the local diner or something like that. But in 18, which I am thankful, which I think was also the first mobile game, I'm not speaking of console or PC, I'm just talking about mobile, had introduced forestry. I never dipped into that. If you watched my Throwback Thursday on FS18, South Dakota, I never dipped into it, but the facility was right there. I could just, and the equipment, but I just never got into it. So, but yeah, I mean, even if you have side missions like that come into the game, because I can presumably understand that those would be easier to manage, to put into the game, than it would to have the actual field missions, which may not be totally out of the question either. So I do hope for some type of like field missions, or the side missions that we had in 16 and 18. Oh yeah, I want a multi-fruit silo too, because there is nothing more irritating than not having a place for potatoes, sugar cane, and sugar beet. All right, I think I'm finally done. Peace out.